Well, hello everyone, Dan Hurd Prospecting here. Welcome back to my channel. And if you're new, welcome. I hope to earn your subscription today. I'm out here today prospecting, looking for a new deposit of gemmy garnets. So wish me luck, and I hope you enjoy. So one of the things that we sell on our website is these little bags of gravel that contain placer garnets. You know, people like them for crafts, some people like picking them all out, some people will use them to test their panning skills, all sorts of reasons. And we are running low on garnets. Now, the place I typically get garnets from, I tried getting into last week and it's still really snowed in. I know of a couple of other areas that have garnets. I'm checking out this creek here today to see if it has enough worth the time to harvest them, to collect them. And so far, I like what I see. Let's show you. Now, just looking at these gravels here, they look pretty typical, you know, everyday run-of-the-mill river run gravels. But if you find just the right rock around here, I think I saw one just over there, let me go check it out, you'll see why I think this might be a good creek for grabbing garnets. Now, this here is the type of thing that indicates to me there might be enough garnets here to make it worthwhile. For some reason, just the way the water flowed through here, behind this rock is a beach of red garnets. There we are, the beach of red garnets behind this one rock. Not concentrated by me in any way. This is just what the river has done to concentrate them. Now it's time for me to go dig some gravels and see if I can concentrate it like the river and get those same kind of results. And I just poked my finger through some of these other gravels, and yeah, they're just loaded in garnets. Like, that is a crazy amount of garnet right there. Insane. I think we'll be able to do well here. And I'm seeing the same thing down behind a lot of rocks. In the water, out of the water. It's similar everywhere. And now the question will be, do I have to dig in those big rocks where it's going to be hard to dig? Or will I be able to get similar results down here in the gravel bars where I can dig easily? Let's try the easy digging first before I go for the hard digging. Now today I will be using the Arbor Fabricating 1/4" classifier to classify the material down. If you haven't got your own, go get yourself an Arbor Fabricating classifier. They are the world's best classifiers. Strongly recommend those. And I will be using my own home-built gem sieve for concentrating the garnets and collecting them. Arbor does make a gem sieve as well, but I kind of like my own home-built one for its own reasons. Mostly because I made it, and I'm proud of that. Now, I don't see any garnets down in these gravels, but they are loose gravels, easy to dig, and if that's all it takes to dig and drop, I will be happy to take a few less garnets for easy digging. I'm just going to get enough for one gem sieve full, test it out, and see if it's worth it. Look at that. I see a line of red down in the gravel. This might be good. Whew. Let's see what that has in it. So yes, there are garnets in the first flip, but that is no kind of quantity for what I need. There's a nice little bullseye in the center with nice gemmy garnets, but I need volume, and that's definitely not the volume. So, try another spot. And if you're wondering why I could see a line of red in what I was shoveling, yet I didn't get many garnets in the sieve, that's because the line of red was all small, tiny garnets that could actually fall through that gem sieve. I try to use a 1/16 to 1/4 inch classification, so anything smaller than 1/16 falls through. Anything bigger than a 1/4 inch gets tossed out, and I'm going for the gems in between those two sizes. So what I saw there for red in the gravel was sub 1/16. I gotta find the bigger ones.
And to find bigger concentrations of bigger garnets means I have to move in amongst the bigger rocks. I see a little beach of red there. See if I can actually move away some of these rocks enough to dig some of that material and see what I find.
And after moving some of the rocks, I'm definitely seeing bigger garnets down in there. Definitely bigger. Let's just hope the digging is easy. First thing you have to do is sort of move it all around and let the smaller than 1/16 material fall out the bottom. Then you start to pulse it a little bit. That gets all the heavies sitting on the bottom. Garnets are heavy. Then you rock it and pulse, rock and pulse, rock and pulse. Rocking it brings the garnets to a line in the middle. Pulsing brings it back to the bottom. Then you rotate 90 degrees, rock and pulse, and that takes that line in the middle and concentrates it to a dot in the center. All the heavies should be in the center. We just keep doing that, and then we can flip it. Whew. Oh, drain the water out first. Then you find yourself a nice flat place somewhere, nice flat and smooth. And if you did the rocking, pulsing, and centering and everything just right, all the heaviest material like the garnets, gold, sapphires, all sorts of other things, will be sitting right in the center on the very bottom. And the way we get to see that is we're gonna flip this thing upside down, lift off the gem sieve, and we can see what was on the bottom. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Woo. There we are. Look at that. That's what we're talking about. And they are a nice gemmy red garnet too. I like it. Not as much as Garnet Beach still. Garnet Beach, that whole cake would have been red on the bottom. There's so much at Garnet Beach, it is ridiculous. But this is a place I can get into when I can't get up to Garnet Beach and still get garnets. Oh, it's deep. There's a lot of garnet there. Nice. Now we just collect up the garnet that's in the center. Handful of garnet. And there's still lots of garnet all around here. So what I'll do with that is I'll take that whole top layer and throw it in for the next sieve. Flatten this off so I have a nice place to flip. And we're ready to go again. I didn't do a very good job of centering that. I ended up with a whole bunch around this one side, and I actually see little ones everywhere. So I'll just grab the center out of here, throw it back in the sieve, and then try it again. So I blame the fact I had too much material in the last one, but really what it was, you know, I was getting impatient. I went too quick. This should be a lot better. There we go. A nice, perfect center. Not too shabby. Too chubby. Nice big one in there. Love it. Really gemmy too. That is a nice little garnet. You see the flat surface of the actual crystal? That crystal used to be a whole lot bigger than it is now. Wow. Well, that goes right in. Definitely not filling up the pan as fast as I would at Garnet Beach, but it is something where I can't get anything from Garnet Beach right now. So trying out just in the gravel, the coarse gravel part of the gravel bar, not the sand part where I didn't find much. In the coarse gravel is easy to dig, unlike the big cobbles where it was hard to dig. So we'll see what kind of garnets, what kind of material we get in that. That was easy digging. Oh, that was a terrible flip. But look at all the garnets. I say that was a terrible flip because when I flipped it over, the backside hit before the front, and it sort of rocked on its way down, which means the garnets fell and broke up a bit.
And that's when you get these funny cracks going on where garnets can fall down into the cake rather than just a nice solid cake like you see over here. Again, I'm gonna grab this stuff. The garnets, very thick in garnets. Ooh, very, very thick. There's a lot there. And then I will take the whole surface, because I left a lot around the outside edge, add it back in, then take the rest that's in the bucket, put it on top, and do the next flip. Garnets.
Got them right in the center, nice and concentrated.
I like it. Now, if there were anything else here that was heavy, like gold or sapphires or anything like that, it would be mixed in with the garnets. All the heavies go into the center at the bottom. Gold will often be on the very top because it is heavier than the garnets, but I don't expect to find any gold here.
Now, in my last video about garnets, a lot of people asked what kind of garnets they were. And these are almost all almandine garnets, which are your most common type of garnets. But that question gives me a great opportunity to give you today's geology lesson of the day. Types of garnets. Well, garnets are not a mineral. There is not a mineral known as garnet. It is a family of minerals. It is a whole group of minerals all known as garnet. And they all have similar properties, but they all have different chemical makeups. Almandine garnets, like I find when I'm gem sieving usually, are the most common, and they're red. But garnets come in every color. We got green, orange, yellow. I don't think there's any blue. I could be wrong. But there's any color of garnet basically out there, and many, many different types. There's lots of great websites and charts that show you the whole family of garnets out there on the internet, and they're awesome if you want to know more about garnets. But garnet is not a single mineral, it is a family of minerals. That's today's geology lesson of the day.
Now, I think the highest concentration of garnets I found so far is just in this, larger gravel up here, and that was easy digging. There has to be billions of them down here. Absolutely billions. One of the most common questions I have on all of my garnet videos is, are they worth anything? Well, bigger garnets that are gemmy that can be faceted into gemstones, the gemstones are definitely worth something. Really good quality garnet can go for a lot as a gemstone. There's also industrial purposes for these, craft purposes for these. People will pay money for garnet, but essentially no, these don't really have much value. I do sell these on my website for people that want a sample of garnet for whatever their purpose is. And I get $5 or $6 for a little bag of them. And if you sort of calculated out that versus this bar or this river here, this creek, there is literally millions of dollars worth of garnets in this creek. The fact is, there is no market for that kind of quantity of small little hobbyist garnets. And if there were any big ones coming out of here, yeah, we could facet them and make actual gemstones out of it. But really, there's no overall great value. Though, the way I do sell it, selling a little baggie full for $5, $10, whatever it is I sell it for, I don't really know. My wife deals with the web store. That is value. There is value in garnet. People are willing to pay for it, so there is value. But yeah, they're very common. Time to get digging and get more garnets. Woohoo!
So I have about half a pan full of garnets here, but we're not done concentrating them yet. When I was grabbing garnets, I grabbed a lot of gravel with the garnets. Time to clean up some of that gravel and get a higher concentration of garnet. Now, just like gold, garnet is heavier than the surrounding gravels, and that's why we can gem sieve it. And we can also pan it. So if I take this for a second and pan it down, you'll notice that the top is all gravel. A second ago, here, let me mix it up again. A second ago, it was all garnet and gravel mixed together. A couple seconds in the pan, shaking, all the heavy garnet sinks to the bottom, all the light gravel comes to the top. Obviously, there's a few bigger rocks got by my classifier, and get rid of those, but I can actually get rid of all of the top gravels. And that's just like we were panning for gold. Shake it down, rinse off some of the gravel, watch the garnets carefully to make sure the garnets aren't going, shake it again, rinse off some of the gravel, shake it again, and we can concentrate a lot more garnet, get rid of a lot of the gravel. I do find that I ended up with a line of gravel at the back here. All I have to do is move that to the front, just like that. Move that up to the front, shake her down one more time, and wash off that bigger gravel. Watching the garnets very carefully. Some of the garnets are going, but it's not a huge percentage. Okay, and that is much more concentrated, basically, garnet. My bags do have a little bit of other gravel in it, but that's why I call them Garnet Gravel bags. Now this is not a heck of a lot of garnet. I will work here a bit longer today and get a bit more. This is not going to be my primary supply of garnets. I still have my awesome spot up at Garnet Beach, and I can get a lot more up there. So this will just hold me over until I can get back up to Garnet Beach where the awesome stuff is.
But that's pretty nice in itself.
Well, I'm sure glad I found a backup spot to collect garnets. Might not be as good as Garnet Beach, but it's a pretty nice spot. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please give me that thumbs up. Big thanks to everyone for watching, especially my patrons. And until the next one, bye.